Good morning, everyone. I'm here at Ghosts with Horns Animal Sanctuary in Arizona and Real Time Rescue. Just wanting to give you guys our weekly check in and keep you up to date. For those of you who follow us on our social media, you will have already heard the sad news that Gibby, the OG, has passed away. We helped him to cross the Rainbow Bridge on Friday morning or Friday afternoon. Um, if you've been watching for a while, I think he might have been on the very first live stream, or one of the first at least, and we were kind of showing how we give him a bath every day. And we've talked plenty about all of his various health issues over the years and how we would say that he was part cat since he seemed to have 9 lives and always bounced back from whatever ailed him. But eventually, of course, his body got tired. So this is you've seen our mural before. We've even had a live stream all about it. But there's these two right here, Gibby and Gabby. These were the original goats, the very first animals that Michelle rescued on the property, and they are both going to be getting halos painted on whenever the talented artist Melody can come in and make those additions for us. It was a sad couple days, of course, but we were trying to focus on the positive. Like when we just recently lost Kiki, we tried to just think about the fact that, Kiki the hen had such an amazing life before she came here. So many of these farm animals are, abused, live such horribly short lives and then are, killed just when they're babies or sometimes when they're older, but it doesn't make their life any better being able to live longer. So we're just trying to focus on all the lucky animals that are in sanctuaries. Look at Princess Buttercup here. She has her issues. She is an old lady, and so she needs, CBD, liquid glucosamine, and some, anti-inflammatories for her arthritis every day. But just to see her, happily chewing her cud, taking a little nap in the sun. Just a moment ago, her little tail was wagging. We think about like Gibby, who he was rescued when he was just 6 months old. So, when he was about 12. So he's just had nothing but, love and care living here. So instead of being sad, we'll try to think about all the happy times. Like right now, we got Pretzel and Cookie Dough playing a little game of tag, and Zeus over here sniffing around for every crumb. Um, that's obviously our major update, and it's gonna, take a little time for everything to, feel normal after that. Just like little things, like for example, lately we've been making him batches of cooked potatoes to try to keep calories in him. And I was just thinking yesterday, oh my gosh, I forgot to make potatoes for Gibby, and remember that he's gone, and he was getting a bath every single morning, and it is getting warmer here, but the mornings are still cool. So we have been warming up the bath water for Gibby, and I was just thinking, oh, I need to go hit the button on the kettle, warm up his bath water. So we've just been doing these things for so long that's going to take some time. Right here, we have some chickens exploring the new trench. We talked last week about, and we kind of showed how this trench over here on the chicken side was being dug out. Kind of hard to see. I'll probably go around on the other side. But for when we get flood irrigation out here, we want to make sure that the trench on the bird side is deep enough that the bird coops don't flood. Huh, Stan? Yeah, you don't want a muddy coop, do you? No. Got Willow here. You might notice a couple of the goats have their fresh new collars. I think Willow's had hers for a little while, but was it Thomas and Gilbert? Their collars wore out recently, so they have their fresh new Jingle Jangle Bell collars. In other news, you might have seen. Actually, I can't remember. Maybe I haven't posted it yet, but Karen has. Chico is one of our more shy goats, and he's just been getting friendlier and friendlier. He's been here for like over 2.5 years, or around 2.5 years now, and he's finally willing to be, pet a little bit more here and there. He's always been, wanting to kind of nibble on our fingers, and we can kind of pet around his face. But Karen took a really sweet video of him, so that's another win, another positive, happy news to share, that after all this time, Chico has finally become comfortable enough with us that he's going to let us pet him more. So we'll go over and check on that, show that trench. We had a wonderful visitor come yesterday who was traveling across the country, actually from Connecticut. He lives on a horse sanctuary property, and he's going on a road trip around the country visiting sanctuaries and volunteering and helping out. So we were lucky enough to have him come yesterday, and he helped us fix or replace a door handle. And then he spent hours digging this trench out. So now you can really see just how much deeper it's gotten. So when the irrigation comes, when the water is released from the city and it comes through this pipe here, it had previously, we had like a little shallow trench, but over time it got worn down and the water would come up over, over the edges and actually flood into the coops. And then so we worked, I say we, but it was barely me, it was other volunteers, but they spent, so much time over the last couple weeks digging out, filling up wheelbarrow after wheelbarrow full of dirt. And it's still this coop here flooded on Wednesday a little bit. So as I said, that he just spent hours, and you can tell over here our dirt pile has been replenished. It was all almost all used up. We need to keep, I know it sounds silly, but sometimes we have to get actually dirt gets delivered to us because we need more dirt to fill in holes, to build berms, things like that. And just by digging out those trenches, it's like, oh wow, we won't need a dirt delivery for a while, we're full up. So yeah, also since it is getting warmer, I was just doing a little check over here on our butterfly weigh station, but I still do not see any caterpillars, although I was really excited because yesterday when I was leaving, I saw 2 butterflies and they looked like the fritillary. I think that's the type of butterfly that we get here, the something fritillary butterflies. Obviously, I'm still learning and still need to read up a little bit more. But I saw 2 of them in the front yard, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, maybe we already are getting some, but I wasn't able to spot any. There could be some hiding. It is still pretty early, but you can just see all these gorgeous flowers. More and more buds are coming along, so it's just going to be a really magical sight once all those butterflies eventually start hatching out of their chrysalis. Well, here's Pretzel back from playing Ring Around the Rosie and tag out in the field. She's our wild girl, our wild chicken. She's always all over the place. Huh? Yeah, she's one of the oldest birds we have here now. She's been here as long as I've been volunteering. And I think there's only maybe one other chicken that has been there that long. I think that's Pepper. I think all the other chickens since I've been volunteering are newer rescues. So just, circle of life. There's never enough time with people or animals. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else really to update on. Like I said, we just had our major update of Gibby's passing, and so now we're just trying to go back on the sanctuary business. So I'm gonna head back in there, give a little more love to anybody who wants it, and sign off. So thanks so much for tuning in. And thing 2 here hopes that you all have a wonderful week. See you later.